Hello wrestling fans one and all, and welcome to episode 3 of NWL Asylum. I'm your commentator for this week, Kenny Durst. Michael Montgomery will be calling next week's action. I don't know about you guys, but I am really psyched up, for this is the quarterfinal of the NWL World Championship Tournament. And starting things off is the first of the 4 quarterfinal matches. We're going to have Brandon Bolyard taking on the charming Julio Vasquez. Now, Brandon, he had a rather easy match last week against that one guy, and he wanted to make a statement through that one guy, and of course, I don't condone his actions. I've known this guy for many years. He's not the cleanest of wrestlers out there, to say the least. Let's get that clear. So I can only imagine what Julio's thinking, taking on this NWL original. And who knows? Just who knows? There really aren't much words for this guy. He's brash, he's arrogant, he's cocky, and he'll try to win a match with as little effort as possible, as it showed last week. And his entrance is long. He likes to take his time. I guess it's to massage his ego. Your guess is as good as mine with that one, viewers. So yes, we're still... Brandon is still massaging his ego, as I put it a little bit ago. Alright, here we go. The opponent for Brandon Bolyard, the charming Julio Vasquez. He had an incredible match in episode 1 against Trent Mason to make it here in the quarterfinal of the tournament. And quite frankly, I'm guessing the crowd is leaning more towards Julio, even though he's not exactly the most liked either on the roster. I mean, he has tried to sell me counterfeit watches with no inner workings whatsoever, fake season passes to Cleveland Indians games, things of the sort. Trying to make the quick dollar when he's a well-paid wrestler. But anyways, here we go with the match. Referee Boomer Sooner calling this opening bout. And here we go, and Brandon got out of the ring for some reason. Guess he doesn't feel quite ready to face Julio. And Julio's following suit and manages to get a clothesline in. Now Julio, how's he gonna capitalize here? Got him by the arm, but Brandon reverses, gives him his own short arm clothesline. And wait, look at this! Already he's gonna pit. Oh, he pedigrees him on the 2-inch padding. That was almost close to that concrete ramp. It looks like Brandon's gonna try to win this by countout, but no, Julio manages to get back up, gets back in the ring, and oh boy, looks as though Brandon's going to pedigree him once again for good measure. And folks, I think this is going to do it. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Just wow. That match, I don't think that match was even 2 minutes long. And I think it's safe to say that Brandon absolutely made a fool out of Julio in a matter of 3 moves, mind you. 3. A short arm clothesline and 2 pedigrees. I think it's safe to say that Brandon is really making a statement here that he wants to be the NWL World Champion once again. For those who are new to NWL, he has been a World Champion back when NWL was an underground league, but of course starting on YouTube it's going clean slate. And so Brandon occupies the first semifinal spot in the tournament. I'm still blown away that it was that quick. So, anyways, as they're scraping Julio off the ring apron, off the mat, I should say, we're gonna go on with our next tournament match. The winner of this will move on to face Brandon Bolyard. For now, we're gonna have Biohazard. This is, I tell you, Biohazard. He is a big guy. Camera, you think he's big there on the screen? Cameras don't do him a shred of justice until you see him live. He is just massive. I'm on this side of the announce table and I'm intimidated by him. I mean, look at him. He's big, he's massive. He could run you over like a bulldozer. I guess that's why I tend to nickname him the Bayou Bulldozer, being that he's from Baton Rouge, LSU country. Yeah, that's actually a catchy nickname from the Bayou Bulldozer. But anyways, as I was saying, Biohazard is going to be taking on another NWL original, Rage. And as I mentioned, the winner of this will face Brandon Bolyard in the semifinal next week. So I think this is going to be a very interesting match between these two. I mean, you've got this huge, massive, raw power guy in Biohazard, and then you have the in-your-face, brawling, deceptively athletic NWL original Rage. And speaking of Rage, he's about to make his way to the ring right now. Listen to that crowd go nuts for him. And who could blame them? I mean, he's an extraordinary athlete in the ring. As I said, deceptively athletic for his tall, lanky frame. And he can get the job done when he has the opportunity to. And I'm sure Rage is wanting to do the NWL fan base proud by making it through here and making it all the way to the finals to be the NWL World Champion. And Rage, he has won the title in his underground years, so it'd be interesting to see how far he gets here in the tournament. And Rage soaking up that energy from the crowd here tonight. It's in the NWL Arena in Cleveland. And Rage being from Cleveland, so it's natural that he gets a standing ovation. But I think he's gonna have his hands full here with Biohazard. And he's faced some powerful guys in the underground years, but I think Biohazard's gonna be a true test for him. All right, here we go. Referee Foos Baba Ganoush calling this one. The two standing off, staring each other down. A collar and elbow tie-up. Who's going to win that advantage? No, neither one of them. So they're going to try it again. And the advantage goes to Biohazard. Oh, a big chop knocking down Rage. Rage, he's about 6'8", 250 pounds. And whoa, Biohazard picks him up like he's nothing. So now Biohazard, he's just going to, a scoop and a slam there by Biohazard. He's going to just toss Rage around. But no, he got a little cocky there and taunted. Meets a series of punches by Rage. A pure striker. A left, two lefts, and a right to take the big man down. And a big shot to that thick abdomen. I honestly don't know if any punches would affect him there. Oh, a big elbow drop from the second rope. I honestly don't know if that would affect Biohazard much, having that extra padding there, so to speak. And Rage, what's he going to do here? Okay. Anyways, Biohazard, he's coming back with punches and a kick. He's going to whip Rage over to the corner. What's going to happen here? Oh! Big clothesline in the corner. That may be the opening Biohazard needs here against the NWL original. Big scoop and slam. Yeah, and a falling fist drop, and another one. Had shades of Ted DiBiase with those fist drops. Yeah, Rage, flurry of punches there by Rage. He's got him in a headlock now. What's he got in mind here? Oh! Excellent display of strength there by Rage. I mean, Biohazard, he's well over 300 plus pounds. And Rage now with a side Russian leg sweep. And he's going to go for a pin now. 1, 2, and no. He's only got a 2 count on that exchange. And Rage, he's staying on him, though, whipping him to the ropes. And they bumped into each other there. And Biohazard just manages to take him down with a shoulder. Biohazard now, he's got him in a vice grip-like hold. You know, trying to wear Rage down, and he just throws him on the mat. Biohazard, just lifting his leg up and slamming that knee down. And goes for another one of those DiBiase fist drops. Bouncing off the ropes with a shoulder block for his troubles. And big elbow there. And Biohazard now going for a pin. 1, 2, and no, only a 2 count on that. But Biohazard's not letting up, though. He's got another vice grip like hold on him. It's like he's trying to get the blood to leave Rage's head so he can't get his momentum going. There you just heard how the crowd felt about Biohazard. And I don't think Biohazard cares much. And just stomps on the chest. Another elbow. That's making my chest hurt, seeing a guy of his build just putting all that weight on behind that elbow. Another scoop and a slam there by Biohazard. Another DiBiase fist drop. And another, he's really relying on that fist drop in this match. And Rage manages to catch him off his feet, though, telling him to get back up. But, that's a wise move there by Rage, pulling on that leg. So that's a wise move, as I said. Excuse me, I'm really excited. Rage now, look at this, a float over into a neck breaker. There's that display of deceptive athleticism, as I mentioned earlier. And now Rage with a couple of running elbows and a stomp. He's going to keep that momentum going with a Russian leg sweep. Now Rage, what's he got planned here? Cross-arm neck breaker, which usually leads up to, there he is. He's calling for it. He's calling for his finisher. He calls it the Rage Slam. And, he manages to get the big guy up into the Rage Slam. What power. Now he's going to go for a pin here. 1, 2, no, he manages to kick out. This has just been an intense match from the get-go between these two bulls. And they're still going at it with a flurry of punches. Now Biohazard gets him up and just throws Rage. And now he's getting a little confident now, and the crowd's not exactly behind that. And Biohazard now, just grabbing onto him. Looks like he's going to try to get Rage to tap, but he's a little bit close to the ropes, and I guess he realized that and let him go. Biohazard, a clothesline to the back of the head, but Rage gets up like it was nothing. Biohazard now with another big slam. I'm sure Biohazard is wondering what has he got to do to take this guy down. I mean, he is an entire person larger than he's going up on the top rope, but no. Rage quickly retaliates, and now giving a series of rights to the head for his troubles. That was kind of unusual. Biohazard, he's not much of a top rope guy. Whoa! He just flung Biohazard. I mean, I say this a lot. He is not exactly a cruiserweight. And there you see Rage showing off that deceptive athleticism with that float over neck breaker, and now he's calling for the Rage Slam again. Biohazard, he seemed to have been dazed. What's Rage gonna do now? Look at the strength, the big set down power bomb. Rage, he's starting to show the effects of this match. He's signaling for the Rage Slam once more. Clothesline, another forearm this time. And now and a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. If anything, that probably hurt Rage's knee more than it hurt Biohazard's back. Now the crowd is getting pumped. They're firmly behind the NWL original. And he's got Biohazard by the throat and another Rage Slam with authority this time. I think that's probably going to do it this time, folks. It's dragging him over to the middle of the ring. And here's the pin. 1, 2, 3. And that does it. Rage moves on to the semifinals where he will face Brandon for a chance to be in the finals of the NWL World Championship Tournament. Now, I failed to bring this up earlier, but the losers of the quarterfinal matches will go on to face each other for NWL's Hardcore Championship at our first CPV, which is called Revolution. So far, Biohazard and Julio Vasquez filled the first 2 slots of that Hardcore title match. A bit of a compilation for making it this far, if you will. But anyways, Rage moves on in the tournament. As I said, he will face Brandon Bolyard in the first semifinal. That's going to be an exciting match, to say the least. 2 NWL originals battling it out. I'm already excited for that one. And up, we've got an interview. Yeah, some choice words there for Brandon Bolyard by Rage. Like I said, I'm excited for that match already, and that's not until the next Asylum. But for now, we're going to put the tournament aside and go on to another tag team showcase. Now, coming out to the ring right now is the team of Southern Brutality, and the bigger of the two, that is Willie Bubba, and the one on the right is Billy Bob Bobob. What a name. Only in NWL would you find something of that sort. And I'm guessing Billy Bob Bobob is primarily the brains of this, because Willie Bubba, he looks as though he needs to be on a leash most of the time. This is going to be interesting to see how they fare out in tag team actions. But the thing is, they're taking on a mystery team. We don't know who they're facing. And we're about to find out right now. Oh boy. Oh boy, I know that music all too well. If this is who I think it is, I think Southern Brutality might be in a bit of trouble. Oh. Pyro going, oh, that took me by surprise. And, oh my God. Just as I thought it would be. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the NWL debut of none other than the Voodoo Gods, Trevok and Reveroff. For those who are unfamiliar with them, the guy in the spiked shoulder pads, that is Reveroff, and the one in the voodoo mask, that is Trevok. These two behemoths ran wild throughout RCW, OFW, HCW. They are looking to make a statement here in NWL's tag team division. I tell you, these two, they have got such a presence to them. These two are very intimidating, to say the least. Trevok turning the lights on. Reveroff making his way into the ring now. Cameras don't do either of these two much justice. You have to see them up close. I mean, I've seen them up close when they were in RCW, and they are just freaking nuts. Oh! So I can only imagine what Southern Brutality is thinking. And here we go. Referee Frank Burns calling this tag match, and Billy Bob Bobob right off tried to charge into Trevok, but gets a power slam for his troubles. So now Trevok, he whips Billy Bob Bobob into the corner and tags in Reverov. He's got a double team in mind, a double shoulder, elbow. I apologize. Reverov, a former United States champion in RCW, a former tag team champion. And Billy Bob Bobob with a DDT to the big guy. But that momentum didn't last very long as Reverov just tosses him off. Stomping him on the mat. Now he whips Billy Bob Bobob to the corner. Looks like he's going to tag Trevok back in for some more double team action. Another double elbow. I don't know if Billy Bob Bobob can last all that long, because both of these guys are an entire person bigger than he is. So he needs to quickly tag in Willie Bubba, provided he can get back on his feet. But it doesn't look like that'll happen anytime soon, as Trevok just tosses him around. Billy Bob Bobob, he tried to get to the corner, and he gets there not exactly as he intended to, as Trevok clotheslines him, and smart move there, knocking Willie Bubba off the apron, even if just for a moment, keep Billy Bob Bobob from being able to tag him in. Billy Bob Bobob, what a name. Anyways, Billy Bob Bobob manages to counter that whip, but gets shoved right down. Now he's going to go for a pin. 1, 2, and only gets a 2 with Willie Bubba making the save there. Now, Billy Bob Bobob, he's got him by the arm and tosses him down with an arm drag. A nice arm drag there. And a drop toe hold. So now Billy Bob Bobob tried to get the momentum, but Trevok comes right back with a couple of kicks and punches, knocking Billy Bob Bobob right down. Try to say that name 3 times fast. Anyways, Reverov is now tagged in. Oh! Billy Bob Bobob manages to dodge that big boot and wisely tags in the bigger, stronger Willie Bubba, who could stand a better chance against these two behemoths. And now Willie Bubba, what's he got in mind here for Reverov? A big power bomb. Oh! Willie Bubba now getting that momentum for Southern Brutality. He whips Reverov into the rope, but no. Reverov manages. But look at this, though. Billy Bob Bobob manages to tag himself in, and I don't think Reverov saw it until a few seconds later. And oh boy, Reverov, he's looking to end it right here. He's got him by the throat, and a big choke slam. This must be the night of the choke slams, this asylum, because Rage has won with it. And now Reverov tried to win with it, but to no avail. And a big DDT there onto Billy Bob Bobob. He tags Trevok in. I don't think it's a very wise thing to taunt, though, but I ain't gonna tell Trevok that. And, oh, just tosses Billy Bob Bobob to the mat. I tell you, he Northern Lights into a pin. 1, 2, no, kicks out. Billy Bob Bobob now manages to get him over his shoulder. Meanwhile, Willie Bubba and Reverov were fighting it out. And Billy Bob Bobob and Trevok are the legal men in the ring. Looks as though Willie Bubba and Reverov are keeping each other occupied outside the ring. Meanwhile, Billy Bob Bobob has the advantage over Trevok and gets him down with a sleeper slam. I tell you. Oh, big hick toss there. And Trevok, he sees what's going on the outside, manages to break up that fight between Willie Bubba and Reverov. But I don't know if that was too good of an idea, because and now control of the match is pretty much gone, but both of the legal men are in the ring now. Willie Bubba tosses Reveroff back into the ring. So now Trevok, he's dragging Billy Bob Bob away from his corner. He's gonna, oh, I thought he was gonna go for a pin there, but grabs by the arms, headbutts the chest, and just flings him. Ugh. Now he's calling for his finisher. And Reveroff wisely, a big choke slam bottom-like move. 2, 3, and yeah, that was 3. The Voodoo Gods prevail here tonight in their debut, their NWL debut. I mean, the only thing I can really say about this is who is going to be able to take these two down. I mean, one can only tell. What's that? Oh, is that so? I just got word from my headset that General Manager Van Axel has been evaluating these tag matches over these last few episodes, and he will make an announcement concerning the tag team title picture next week on Asylum. So that's going to be interesting to see what comes of that. And I'm sure the Voodoo Gods made quite the statement here tonight. And wait a minute, something's going on in the back. It's Ian Mitchell, and he's got Mr. Nigawa off guard. Oh, and he tosses him over on that metal door. Oh! Ian Mitchell, he's picking up where he left off last week. In his match with Shinryu, he lost the match, but Shinryu and Mr. Nigawa continued an onslaught to Ian Mitchell, but the Blue Devil managed to get the last laugh in that matter, and now he's picking up where he left off. Just pummeled Mr. Nigawa. It seems that he said it best there, that he's giving Isaiah a fair fight against Shinryu. Anyways, we're going to go back to the tournament. This is the third of the 4 quarterfinal matches now. We're going to have Kade taking on Dandust. Kade, he made his presence known in episode 1, chokeslamming Tapumotu onto the ring, onto the 2-inch padding outside the ring, winning that match by countout. I mean, he threw Tapumotu around like he was just a pillow. And that took everybody by surprise. And I guess I wouldn't blame him. He had a short stint in OFW, and he wants to make the best of his time here in NWL. And how better than to gun for the NWL World title? I tell you, I like Dandust and all, but I don't know. I don't feel too great about his chances against this bison of a man, if you will. And speaking of Dandust, he's making his way down to the ring now. And listen to that crowd cheer him on. Dandust, he is one of the ultimate fan favorites throughout CAW, if you will. One of the most bizarre, one of the most charismatic, and one of the most technically sound wrestlers that I've ever seen. So it's going to be interesting to see how he fares up against Kade. I tell you, as I mentioned earlier, the loser will go on to the Hardcore Championship match at Revolution in a Fatal 4-Way match. So it'll be interesting to see how this match folds up. I know it folds into that. Excuse me. And Dandust getting the crowd behind him. And Kade does not appear to be all that amused by it. All right, here we go with the third quarterfinal match. Referee Ben Gladesh is calling this one. And Kade right off the bat with a soldier barge. And Dandust tried to fight back, but gets another shoulder. Now Kade, he looked like he was going to go for something, but Dandust manages to get him off with a couple of elbows. But Kade, he's coming right back, and no, Dandust counters it with a shoulder of his own. So now Dandust, what's he got in mind? Ooh, a reverse atomic drop. It looked like he was going to go for something, but Kade tosses him off and gives him another shoulder, just running him over like a semi-truck. Dandust countered with a hip toss there, but oh, right to the eyes. That wasn't really all that needed. Now Kade has got the momentum on his side. So Kade, belly to back suplex. Oh. It looks to be, it's going to be all Kade now. Oh! Just. Oh, a big headbutt. I'm at a loss for words about how powerful Kade is. And now Kade, he's got a flurry of punches going, but no, Dandust counters it. What's he got in mind here? A belly to back of his own, but it took quite a bit of strength to get him up. Kade looked like he was going for another shoulder barge, but he missed. Oh, a big slap echoing across the arena. That could probably be heard down at Jacobs Field. Yeah, Kade now with a sidewalk slam. Yeah, he is purely got the confidence to win this one. And, oh, big headbutt. That particular headbutt I tend to call a coconut crunch. made famous by Lama Namanumi and Stranglemania. Yeah, Kade, oh, that looked like a mule kick there by Kade. It didn't seem to affect Dandust all that much, as Dandust whips him to the corner, but no, Kade manages to counter. Oh, Dandust counters with a drop kick to the knees, which is a very smart move when taking on a bigger competitor, is to work on the legs and the knees so that the heavier opponent can't support his weight and be able to do much. So now Dandust has him in the corner, and oh, an alley-oop. So now Dandust, he's trying to get the advantage here. And look at this. Oh, a neck breaker. A rude awakening like neck breaker. Oh, he went for a headbutt, but Dandust manages. Oh! A huge big boot there by Kade. Now he's got him. And as I said, this must be the night of choke slams. And listen to those boo birds from the crowd. And here's a pin. 1, 2. No, Dandust manages to kick out from the choke slam. That devastating choke slam. And now a face breaker on the knee. But Kade is coming back with a couple of mule kicks. But Dandust, however, whips him to the rope. And a big hip toss. And Kade getting out of the ring. That must have took him by surprise. And Kade, oh, flings him over to the steps. Dandust just tripping over those steel steps. So now they're fighting it out outside the ring. The referee counting while these two battle it out near the steel guardrail. Kade gets back in the ring. It looks as though he's wanting to win this one by count out as well. And what? Come on. Referee Bangladesh saw Kade tried to do something there. Now Kade gets him with a shoulder barge. And I don't think it's too wise to taunt against a veteran like Dandust. Kade with a couple of punches. And displaying the strength there and throwing Dandust right down onto the mat. Hey, Kade, what's he got in mind here? He had something in mind, but Dandust countered with a hip toss. I know this is only their second match for both of them, but this is probably the longest anyone has lasted against Kade so far. Now Kade rolling out of the ring, trying to regroup, and it looks like that may have paid off for him. And now Kade, he's got him in a camel clutch-like hold, trying to get Dandust to tap. But it doesn't appear that's going to happen as he lets go of the hold. And Dandust tries to get him with a slap, and look at this. Oh! A reverse DDT. This could do it. 1, 2, no, only a 2 on that one. And I think that infuriated Kade. And now he's got him by the throat again. It looks like it's going to be another choke slam. Now Kade's dragging Dandust to the middle of the ring. And there's a pin. 1, 2, 3. And that does it. Kade occupies the third semifinal slot in this tournament. And Dandust will go on into the hardcore title match at Revolution, along with Biohazard and Julio Vasquez. But you can't take anything away from Dandust. He put up a valiant effort against Kade, the Bison, if you want to call him that. But Kade's strength and power just seemed to be a little too much. That second chokeslam was what clinched it there for Kade. And I tell you, I feel bad for whoever wins the last tag match. I mean, not tag match, tournament match. Come on now, Kade. Is there really much need to bully the ref? You won the match. Isn't that enough? He seems to be a bit irked that the crowd is booing him. But with a few of the underhanded tactics that he has used, who could blame the crowd for booing him? But regardless, Kade still moves on. And I tell you, whoever faces him next is gonna have their hands full, whether it be Isaiah Bolyard or Shinryu. And speaking of Isaiah, here's an interview with him. Some words of confidence there by Isaiah. Not only that, praising Brett Richardson, who was his first opponent in this tournament last week. And Brett Richardson, as you suspect, is the younger brother of Jason Richardson. So right now, the NWL original Isaiah Bolyard making his way out to the ring, and this crowd is firmly behind him in this match. And I tell you, I've known him for many, many years. He is an incredible wrestler. And I don't mean to sound impartial, and I don't mean to sound biased, but I've got nothing but respect for him. And I tell you, Shinryu, he's probably going to feel naked without having his manager at ringside. For those just tuning in, Shinryu's manager, Mr. Nigawa, got attacked in the back by Ian Mitchell. The Blue Devil gaining retaliation for what happened last week. Shinryu won his match with Ian Mitchell, but he and Mr. Nigawa were not quite done with Ian, trying to gang up on him. But Mitchell managed to get the last laugh in that matter, and this week Ian Mitchell picked up where he left off, taking out Mr. Nigawa. So now Shinryu is going to have to go it alone without the guidance of Mr. Nigawa. But he still seems pretty confident nonetheless. So the winner of this will face Kade in the semifinals next week, and the loser will go to the hardcore title match at Revolution. So here we go. Referee Boomer Sooner back out here tonight calling this main event. And right off, Isaiah gets Shinryu with a drop toe hold. Isaiah throws him over the ropes. It looked like he tried to knocked Shinryu off the ring apron, but Shinryu wisely stepped off. So now Shinryu, nice head scissors takedown there by Shinryu. Shinryu, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But look at this, Isaiah manages to get a Hurricane Rana and a pin. 1, 2, no, Shinryu counters it. He only gets a 1 count. And Shinryu is not stopping. And oh, nice move there. Shades of Rob Van Dam in that one. And now Shinryu, what's he got? Oh, just pulling on that leg, which is a very smart move for Isaiah. Is a bit of a high flyer. If you take out the legs, you can try to ground him as much as possible. There you see a Ricky Steamboat-esque arm drag there by Shinryu. So now what does he have in mind here? Oh, mule stomp there. Driving Isaiah's face into the mat. But now Isaiah's got Shinryu with a neck breaker. And Isaiah, what's he got here? Oh, a jawbreaker. And, oh, come on there. Poke to the eye. Was that really needed? Mr. Nigawa must have taught him that. And Shinryu with an arm drag. A couple of kicks as Isaiah gets up. And another series of kicks, but Isaiah counters with a jumping heel kick of his own. And now Isaiah's going up to the top rope with another big heel, with another kick. And Isaiah, he is just on fire now with a springboard moonsault taking Shinryu down. And here's the cover. I don't think he even got a 1 on that one. And a nice swinging neck breaker by the NWL original. It's going back up on the top rope and a beautiful moonsault there. And Isaiah, he's honing in. H-I-O. Bam! The super kick, which he calls dotting the I. That might do it here, folks. 1. No! I don't think he really even got a 1 on that. And Shinryu counters with another one of those Ricky Steamboat arm drags. But Isaiah Bolyard, he manages to come back with a Hurricane Rana. Isaiah, he went for a heel kick but missed. So now, Shinryu counters with a Russian leg sweep. So what is he going to have in mind here? Ooh, catches him with a head scissors there. Nicely done by Shinryu. And another one. I'm starting to question if he really even needs Mr. Nigawa at his corner. He seems to be doing just fine. They had something in mind for the corner, but Isaiah manages to counter. And now Shinryu's in the corner, and gives him a mule stomp of his own, taste of his own medicine from earlier, and just slamming that knee onto the mat. And come on, another poke to the eye, really? Do you really need to do that? I mean, you're an incredible athlete as it is, and now Shinryu's going to pay for it with a dragon screw leg whip by Isaiah. And now Isaiah's working on the leg, just like Shinryu tried to do earlier in the match. And come on. How many times do you have to resort to that? And if anything, it looks as though it just angers Isaiah as he hits a jawbreaker onto Shinryu. And now Isaiah drags him over to the middle of the ring. I thought he was going to go for a cover, but no, instead he gets him with a heel kick. And Shinryu manages to counter with a leg sweep and a standing moonsault to follow up. So now what's Shinryu got in mind? A bit of a float over into a DDT. And I tell you, this has been quite a match so far. And Isaiah reverses gives him an arm drag of his own. So now Isaiah has the momentum in his favor. A jumping heel kick, knocking Shinryu down. So now Isaiah's up on the top rope, but he went for he dipped into the well too much. But look at this though, he catches Shinryu, but he's too close to the ropes. Excuse me. So Shinryu got Isaiah on the corner. What's he going to do here? Another mule stomp. Driving Isaiah's face into the mat. He's going to whip him over to the corner once more. It looks like he may go for another one of those mule stomps, but no, Isaiah counters it with a couple of elbows, getting him off of him, and a beautiful Hurricane Rana there. And Isaiah, it looked as though he had dotting the I in mind again, but no, Shinryu manages to get up before he could set up for it. It gives Shinryu a crotch chop. Excuse me. Ooh, he went for a crossbody in the corner, but Shinryu manages to dodge it. And now Shinryu with a nice body splash there, jumping over the top rope. It gives him a nice DDT there. So now Shinryu, wait a minute. Isaiah manages to catch him. 1, 2, no. And Shinryu counters with a bridge. 2. I think, yeah, that was only a 2. And Shinryu, he's not stopping there. He whips Isaiah into the ropes, setting him up on the top turnbuckle. But no, Isaiah catches him with a kick. And, oh! He went for a fancy heel kick there, but got deflected at the last moment. And Shinryu now with a crucifix pin, but I don't think he even got a 1 on that exchange. So now Shinryu once again whipping Isaiah over to the rope, to the corner, I mean. And Isaiah manages to get a jumping kick, and he moonsault there. And the crowd is going nuts behind Isaiah. What's going to happen now? And, oh, forearm. And another forearm. He runs over to the opposite side for some reason. Guess he's waiting for Shinryu to wait. No, Isaiah wisely steps down, knowing he was much too far from Shinryu. Oh! Shinryu tried to knock Isaiah off the top turnbuckle, but Isaiah manages to intercept. And now he's on fire. And the crowd is going nuts, firmly behind Isaiah. And it looks like he's got the sharpshooter in mind, and he's right in the middle of the ring. Shinryu can't go anywhere. Is he going to tap to the sharpshooter? Isaiah's trying to keep that pressure on, and no, he lets go of the hold for. I guess he feels that that's not going to quite do it here. So Isaiah now, he gives Shinryu another jawbreaker. He seems to be a bit tired, or he's trying to find that opportune moment to get that dotting the I readied. And look at this! Oh! Just flies over the top rope with a big leg drop from the ring to the mat onto Shinryu. My God! This has just been an incredible match from the starting gate, I tell you what. Isaiah, he's still trying to get, bleh. I speaks the good talkings tonight. But anyway, Shinryu has got Isaiah up on the ropes, and beautiful catching Hurricane Rana there. 1, 2, no, only a 2 count. I tell you, these two, when you think one has the advantage, the other one comes right back with a flurry of moves. But oh, look at this. Isaiah's honing in on the target. O, H, I, O, and bam! Dots the I. And now he's dragging him over to the middle of the ring. And here's the cover. 1, 2, 3. What a match. What a main event that was. Isaiah Bolyard prevails here tonight. So the NWL original will meet Kade in the semifinals next week on Asylum. But you can't take anything away from Shinryu. Despite being minus his manager, Mr. Nigawa, he put up a hell of an effort. He's most definitely tried to make the best of not having Mr. Nigawa at his corner. But right there, dotting the I, the second one, that was just too much for him to be able to kick out of. And listen, I can't even hear myself think. The crowd is going nuts over Isaiah's victory here tonight. What a match, what a main event, what an episode of Asylum. I can't wait to see how the semifinals will look next week. Anyways, though, I'm Kenny Durst, and I won't see you next week. Michael Montgomery will be calling next week's action. But anyways, as I was saying, I'm Kenny Durst, and I will see you next time.